Radio host Erica Bain and her fiancé, Dr. David Kermani, took their dog for a walk in the park. They played fetch, but when the ball rolled into a tunnel, the dog chased after it. Lost in conversation, they didn't realize the dog was gone until a few moments later. As they called out and searched, they heard barking nearby. When they finally saw the dog, a man stepped out of the shadows with two others, one of them holding a camera. David demanded that the men give back their dog, but one of them mocked him and hit Erica. When David tried to protect her, the men attacked him, beating him brutally and trying to rob him. Erica was thrown against a concrete wall and severely injured. She was rushed to the hospital, where she fell into a coma. Meanwhile, detectives Mercer and Vitale were at the hospital morgue, investigating what they believed was a suicide. They later went upstairs to question the victim's injured child. As Mercer led the girl into an office, her stepfather, Mr. Morrow, suddenly stormed in, insisting on taking her home. Mercer refused Mr. Morrow's request and told him to get a lawyer, suspecting he might be involved in his wife's death and believing the stepdaughter was an important witness. Weeks later, Erica woke up from her coma and slowly began to recover. During a visit, David's mother told her that his funeral had already been held. Heartbroken, Erica longed to see him again. Later, when the police questioned her, the trauma from the attack overwhelmed her, and she could barely remember what had happened. After leaving the hospital, Erica went back to her apartment and kept the door locked at all times. Fear took over her life, and she stayed inside for days, too scared to go out. Eventually, she found the courage to leave and went to the police station to ask for updates on her case. An officer told her the investigation would take time and asked her to wait. As the minutes passed, Erica realized he was giving the same empty response to everyone who came in. Frustrated and desperate to feel safe again, she left the station and went to a nearby gun shop, determined to buy a gun right away. Erica quickly found out she couldn't legally buy a gun without a permit and would have to wait 30 days. Seeing how desperate she was, a man in the store offered to sell her one for $1,000. He led her through a market and into a back alley, where he handed her a K9 pistol, showed her briefly how to use it, gave her some bullets, and made the sale. That night, Erica stopped at a corner store to buy some snacks. Suddenly, a man burst in, yelling at the clerk for not watching his child, then pulled out a gun and shot her dead. Erica hid behind an aisle, trying to stay out of sight, when her phone suddenly rang, revealing her location. The gunman began looking for witnesses. As he walked past her, Erica pulled out her pistol and fired 3 times one bullet, hitting him in the neck and causing heavy bleeding. Shaken but determined, she ran to the counter, grabbed the security tape, and hurried home. Once there, she went straight to the bathroom. Moments later, detectives Mercer and Vitale arrived at the scene. They noticed the security tape was missing, no money had been taken, and only one of the 3 shots had hit the target. From this, they concluded the shooter was probably an inexperienced man. That night, Erica rehearsed her lines for the radio show, but her words no longer matched how she truly felt about New York after the attack. The next day, she went back to work, even though her boss thought it was too soon. For Erica, returning to the radio was her only way to feel alive again. Her boss hesitated but eventually handed her the microphone. As she started to speak, she froze, her mind consumed by painful memories. Erica chose to speak honestly, admitting that New York had become a city she now feared, a feeling she had never known before. Her emotional words caught the attention of Mercer, who was driving at the time, and everyone listening in the studio. That evening, she visited David's grave and stayed there until nightfall. On her train ride home to record, she saw 2 thugs harassing a man who was listening to music and stealing his iPod. When an elderly passenger tried to help, they attacked him too and forced both men off the train. Seeing Erica still seated, the thugs turned their focus to her and began taunting her. When one of them pulled a knife, she stayed calm, pulled out her gun, and shot them both. Both men lay dead. Every one of Erica's 4 shots had hit its mark. She stepped off the train calmly, realizing she hadn't needed to kill them. As police rushed past her on the street, she was surprised by how calm she felt. She ducked into a bar's restroom, pulled off her hoodie, and threw up. Meanwhile, Mercer and Vitale arrived at the scene. They found a stolen iPod but no missing money. After cleaning herself up, Erica walked outside but soon felt an urge to return to the scene. At the same time, Mercer noticed clear similarities between the two recent shootings and realized the vigilante was becoming more confident. Outside, as reporters crowded the area, Mercer saw Erica leaving. He followed her and told her he finally remembered where he had seen her before. Erica introduced herself to Mercer, mentioning that she worked at a radio station and wanted to interview him. Uninterested, Mercer walked away. Soon after, news reports began talking about a self-appointed cop patrolling the streets. Mercer gave the recovered iPod to Vitale for testing, hoping it would help them find its owner and maybe the vigilante. Meanwhile, at the radio station, Erica's boss told her that her latest show had attracted a huge audience and encouraged her to keep going. As Erica walked down the stairs, she saw Detective Mercer waiting outside. She tried to turn away, but he called her back. Mercer said he had seen her at the hospital the day after the attack and mentioned that both he and his ex-wife were longtime fans of her show, glad to hear her voice on the air again. He told her he had reviewed her case and promised to catch her attacker. He also agreed to do the interview she had asked for earlier. They sat down to talk. Erica asked him what he usually looked for at crime scenes and his opinion on the recent subway case in the news. When Mercer noticed Mr. Morrow nearby, Erica quietly told him off the record that Morrow was a corrupt businessman and gangster suspected of killing his wife to get custody of his stepdaughter, the only witness. Mercer told her there was nothing he could legally do, but off the record, he admitted that some things couldn't be changed. Their conversation ended when Erica asked how he felt the first time he ever shot someone. Before leaving, Mercer gave her his business card and told her to call him anytime after hours. One night, as Erica was walking home, a man in a parked car called out to her. When she went closer, she saw an unconscious girl lying in the back seat. As she stepped nearer, she learned the girl's name was Chloe. The man tried to take advantage of the situation, but Erica pulled out her gun and made him give all his money to Chloe before helping the girl out of the car. As they walked away, he suddenly tried to run them over. Erica fired her gun, and his car spun out of control. In the chaos, the car hit Chloe and ran her over. Horrified, Erica called the police and watched from a distance as they arrived and took Chloe away. When she finally returned home, her neighbor was waiting for her. Her neighbor, sitting outside, noticed the blood on Erica's cheek, but simply reminded her to always know right from wrong. Meanwhile, Mercer held a press conference that Erica attended. He announced that the key witness had woken up and would soon be questioned. The next morning at work, Erica's boss told her they would open the phone lines for call-ins to call in. Erica didn't think her show was suited for call-ins, but her boss insisted. During the broadcast, she began taking calls, most of them expressing strong support for the vigilante, and some callers even pretended to be the vigilante themselves. Feeling crushed by guilt, Erica went to the police station planning to turn herself in. But at the last moment, she couldn't go through with it. Instead, she called Mercer, only to realize too late that she had been tricked into going to Mr. Morrow's building. She told Mercer that Morrow had once shown her kindness, then entered the elevator with Morrow, who didn't notice her. When he got off and headed to his car, Erica followed him and confronted him, asking if he ever thought about the wife he had killed. Morrow attacked her with a crowbar, injuring her, but she fought back and, in the struggle, threw him off the rooftop. When Erica came home bleeding, her neighbor quickly helped her inside. Meanwhile, Mercer kept investigating the case, still troubled by the sound of an elevator he remembered. As her neighbor tended to her wounds, Erica quietly admitted that she had killed someone. Thinking she must have had a good reason, the neighbor didn't ask questions and just helped her clean up. Growing more suspicious of Erica, Detective Mercer later invited her to the hospital, where he was about to speak with Chloe. Erica walked into the hospital room nervously, and Chloe immediately recognized her. When Mercer asked Chloe about the night of the attack, she said she hadn't seen anyone. After they left the room, Mercer asked Erica why she had called him the night before and where she had been. She simply replied that she had gone to bed. Meanwhile, the detectives found the owner of the iPod, But the boy said he hadn't noticed anything strange, just an old man and a woman on the train. When they tried to make a suspect sketch, it ended up looking like a famous celebrity, which Mercer joked often happened. Later, while Erica was at home, Mercer came by and showed her a ring. He explained that a suspect's girlfriend had been caught trying to pawn it. He asked Erica to identify the suspect in a lineup. At first, she refused, but eventually she agreed. At the station, she immediately recognized the man who had attacked her, but she denied knowing him and quickly walked out. Mercer caught up with her at the elevator, and later they went out to eat. During dinner, he told her about Morrow, the attack on him, and their newest lead, a female suspect. Mercer hinted that Erica was now a suspect and warned her that if it came to that, he would arrest her despite their connection. After a tense silence, Erica walked away, driven by her growing desire for revenge. She began visiting pawn shops, looking for the woman who had tried to pawn her ring. Meanwhile, Mercer asked a friend to trace Erica's phone from the night Morrow died, and the results showed she had been at Morrow's building. Erica found the pawn shop and bribed the owner to tell her where the woman was. She tracked the woman down, called her phone to confirm it was her, and then followed her to her apartment to confront her about the ring. When Erica demanded to know where the woman's boyfriend was, the woman refused. She admitted she had seen what happened to Erica and didn't want to end up the same way. Frustrated, Erica left. But later, the woman sent her a message apologizing, giving her the address, and even sharing a video of the attack. Watching it left Erica devastated. Overwhelmed with grief, Erica broke down in tears and sent Mercer a farewell message along with the video. Realizing what she was about to do, Mercer rushed out to stop her. Meanwhile, Erica reached the building, slipped inside, and saw several men in an alley with her dog. Taking a deep breath, she pulled out her gun and moved toward the gate, where one man was holding the dog. When he saw her, she immediately shot him, killing him on the spot and sending the others running in fear. Erica hid and waited until one of the criminals ran past her. She then shot him in the back, killing him instantly. She continued searching for the last suspect, but was suddenly attacked by the man who had killed David. He overpowered her and started choking her, but Mercer arrived just in time and pulled him off. Erica grabbed a gun, ready to finish the man, but Mercer stopped her and gently took the weapon from her hands. Then, to her surprise, he handed her his own gun and told her to walk away. Instead, Erica pulled the trigger and killed the man. Even though she surrendered, Mercer refused to arrest her. He told her to shoot him in the arm so he could protect her story. She did as he said, and after saying goodbye, she ran from the scene. Mercer returned her gun, freed her dog, called for backup, and was taken away in an ambulance.